right? It's the same thing. It's the same concept.
Oh my goodness, that it's so well, I want to say breathtaking because it is, but it's a breath of fresh air to have someone that stands up and empowers us to say there are so many different ways that you can be in control of your life, that you can be in control of your mind and your beliefs and your choices so that you can be the healthiest you, mind, body, and spirit. And I think it's so fascinating and wonderful what you're doing, because when somebody comes into your office, you assess every area of their life. And that's one of the chief complaints people have about going to the doctor.
It's true.
They know they're a whole being. They know they're not just this limb or this heartburn. That there's divorces happening, and there's job transitions, and there's sadness over children leaving or whatever it is. So I just commend you for taking the whole body, the whole person, the whole mental, spiritual, physical, emotional component of someone, and treating that in the way that they can understand, in the way that they can begin to adopt it for themselves. Kudos. I just had to say that. I'm so inspired.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Thank you very much. That's my Elvis impression. It's not very good, but anyway. I try to make things fun for people. I'm goofy all the time. I wear toe socks and I dress all kind of crazy, and I have my hair all different ways, and I try to explain to people that this particular life that we're living is fun. The conventional thought that you have is that, oh, I have to go through all this horrible stuff to get healthy and it's going to be the drag. I'm like, no, it's not going to be a drag. Not when you work with me. We're going to have fun. We are going to have fun. We're going to eat food that tastes really good. I'm not going to put you on rice cakes. Yeah, I went to Costa Rica once, and the monkeys came down off the trees when we were in the on the beach. And you're not supposed to feed them, but I thought a rice cake ain't going to hurt nobody. You know? I just wanted to see if that monkey would have the gall to walk up to me. The monkey walked up to me, grabbed the rice cake out of his hand, ran up in the tree, took a bite, and went.
So if a monkey's not going to eat
I'm like, come on now. Even monkeys won't eat rice cakes. You know, I mean, we were cracking up. We were like, oh my God, did you see that monkey? Monkey's like, I want a pineapple. I want no, give me a cookie or something. I don't want no rice cake. It was so funny. I will never forget that. And so I tell people all the time, I'm not going to put you on rice cakes. I'm going to make the food really delicious and really decadent and wonderful. It's not about cutting salt, sugar, and oil. You can't function. Your body cannot function without salt, sugar, and oil. It's about upping the quality of it and making sure that it's unrefined and rebuilding your metabolism and all that stuff. In that way, you recreate the internal balance that your body needs, and that is what heals dis-ease in the body.
Fantastic. And you have, have you started doing a cooking show that's on YouTube?
Yeah, I call it the No Budget Cooking Show because we got no budget right now. But I would love, if you send in your pledge to the Transforming No Budget to Budget Cooking Show, it will look a whole lot more professional in the shows to come. But that came out of my frustration, really, because people say, well, I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it. So forget it. We just got a camera, and I have usually a volunteer come with me in the kitchen, and it's really low-key. I mean, it's just fun, low-key, goof-off kind of thing. And we cook in the kitchen. I usually have my hair up and little afro puffs, you know, and make it fun so that you can see it's just you in the kitchen having fun. And so we walk through the healing properties of herbs, and I just incorporate it in like a synergist. I don't make a big deal out of it, but if I happen to say I'm using rosemary, I may say why rosemary is a brain tonic or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I just started doing that. We have one little show up, two little shows up, and don't laugh, be kind, because it's the No Budget Cooking Show.
Those are some of the best shows. I know Mitch and I started out with absolutely the No Budget Mind Over Matter show. So we totally appreciate you putting your time to show us, you know, how we can do things easily in the kitchen. And your website, radianthealthstrategies.com, is up and
under construction.
Oh, is it under construction?
It's under construction. Right now it's just a basic static site. I'm going to take pictures of every single one of these herbs. And you're going to be able to see what the properties of the herbs are. It's going to take a long time, I think, to get it together. But I'm taking lots of pictures. I'm taking pictures in my garden to show people. I want people to start reconnecting. Remember we talked earlier about that ape knowing what to eat and so forth. I'll show somebody oregano. Now, this country, how Italian is this country?
Very, very.
This
Italian.
country is very Italian. I have had people smell the real oregano. They see the plant, they don't know what it is. They smell it and they can't identify it as oregano. Now, if we can't identify oregano, and we are Western people, highly influenced, Italian food is probably one of the most popular foods that we eat, then how disconnected are we?
Yeah, we need to connect more. I believe we need to connect more with the earth.
With the earth, right.
We're so distanced and industrialized.
But I don't want it to be this whole, let's see,
I have to get my Birkenstocks on now.
Yeah, put your Birkenstocks on. We're going to go floating in the clouds. No, I'm trying to keep it real. And within your busy lifestyle as a corporate professional, as a whatever your job function may be, you can do this. I just want you to see that you can do it, but I want you to see the herb so you just start making connections with it. So that's why I'm doing that. So the website is up. You can read all about the stuff that I'm doing, and just know that that information will be forthcoming.
Fantastic. And you also do a newsletter?
I do.
I've received your newsletter. It's fabulous. That's when I first started learning about the 6 stages.
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated
That was
with
stage 1 that you got. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm right in the middle of emailing people. I send a newsletter out every month, and that newsletter is usually comprised of a recipe, some kind of motivational something, any events that I happen to be doing, and something educational. So right now I just launched the 6 stages of disease, and my first one came out with the first stage. So if you're interested in that, I'd love for you to join my mailing list, and I'll be happy to send it out to anyone who's interested in receiving it.
Fantastic. How can our viewers join your mailing list?
Well, email me.
Okay.
The best way to do that would be to email me. It's phubbard, PHUBBARD, at radianthealthstrategies.com.
Fantastic.
And I'll add you to the mailing list. So, are you ready to get to the positive side now?
Yes, the flowering, yes, that's
We've gone to flowering, we're feeling kind of like this.
Yeah.
Let's turn that around.
Okay, great.
You can totally turn all of this around, and the way you do it, Ayurveda and pretty much every other modality talks about how to reverse the course of disease, and the way you do it, it's 4 ways. And if you want to completely eradicate dis-ease from your body, you have to do all 4. But here's the beauty. You don't have to do all 4 at once. You can just do one thing, and everything else will start to kick in. It's kind of like you put yourself in the river and you let that river just take you. When it's time, you'll go to the next stage. So, because sometimes when I tell people what the different things are, they're like, well, I'll do this and that, but I don't want to do that. Like, no, you do have to do it all. And so here are the 4 ways. It is emotion, nutrition, herbs, and then body work and treatment. And I'll explain that. First of all, we in this country, because conventional thought is responsible for the advancement of disease, we don't know how to take care of ourselves emotionally in a healthy way, and there's all this stigma. Well, you know.
Oh yeah.
Come on, how much stigma is there around hypnotherapy? You know, there's all this social stigma around creating emotional health for the body. So open your mind to all the different ways that you can heal emotionally. What I tell people all the time is healing emotionally is not necessarily about sitting on a couch and telling people your problems. Sometimes healing emotionally is saying, okay, we work together, and this is my responsibility, and that's your responsibility, and somehow you keep putting your responsibility on my responsibility. Can we talk about that?
Right.
That's emotional health. Anything that can be a stressor in your life, anything that comes up. So learning how to deal with emotions, setting healthy boundaries, and all of that stuff, that's really important. Nutrition, we get that if you want the car to go, you might want to put some gas in it. You might want to, Now, if you put sugar in the gas tank, your car is going to go, excuse me?
Yeah.
Now, we do this all the time in our bodies and wonder why things happen, right? You got to put the right fuel. So a lot of this is about how do you put the right fuel in your body. Herbs, all of this, I hope that you all don't believe the hype over stuff like swine flu and all of that other craziness.
We've had a few little snippets on our show about just let it go, take care of yourself.
Please, that stuff is just, don't believe the hype around that. That's just a bunch of crap. And the thing is, if you really learned a little bit about herbs, I'm not talking about taking herbs, I'm not talking about going to the store and buying herbs and taking them. I'm talking about learning how to cook your food with more rosemary and oregano and turmeric, and just adding, if you got a steady stream of herbs in your food, it would make your food more flavorful, and those herbs would act as blood cleansers and so forth, and you wouldn't even have to worry about all this stuff going around. And wash your hands. That's important too.
Yeah.
Gotta wash your hands. So we talked about emotion, nutrition, herbs, and then body work. I tell people all the time, body work is important. It's not important for everyone, but usually there's something that manifests in the form of needing body work. And my best example of that is, if you have a splinter in your hand, there's no level of emotional, nutritional, or herbal work that you can do that's going to get that splinter out of your hand. If you want to get the splinter out, you need to go get you some tweezers and pull that sucker out. Okay, so there are some things that occur in the body, like edema, for example, that you have to physically move out because it has built up to the point where your body's like, I can't do it. That's why the whole arm, you know, you see people that have just one arm that's swollen.
Right.
That's, your body is protecting itself. It's keeping the whole body from being bogged down. So it's localizing the edema. And what it's telling you by swelling there is, I can't do it. I can't. So it wants you to get in there and do it, so you can do a lymphatic drainage massage. That person who had the issue with fertility, I did craniosacral on her, and in the craniosacral therapy, I found a blockage. And I didn't know what the blockage was, but I said, please go to the doctor. And sure enough, they found a cyst right in that area. Took care of that and a few other issues, and boom, bada bing, bada boom.
There we go.
Yeah. So emotion, nutrition, herbs, body work, and treatment. At some point or another, you need to do it. And sometimes body work and treatment can be an Ayurvedic treatment. There's all these different types of cleansing treatments. It could be therapeutic massage or all the things that fall under there. And sometimes it's just walk for 30 minutes a day, something like that. I mean, there's a whole big arena that falls into the body work and treatment as well. So that's how you turn it around. And by incorporating that synergistically in a way that works for you, then you begin to reverse the course of disease.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for inviting us into your office today.
Yes, thank you for coming.
For enlightening us, for letting our viewers know just so much valuable information that you have.
Thank you.
Go to Phyllis's website, check it out, radianthealthstrategies.com. Send her an email. You can go to our site to get that email address. We'll put it up for you as well. Get on her newsletter, learn more, educate yourself, and take good care of yourself so that you don't even ever have to get to those later stages of 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yes, yes. Can I leave you with one last thing? This is my very last thing that I want to leave with you. I have a quick funny story to tell you about this. I was talking to a woman once in a consultation, and I stopped right in the middle of the consultation and I said, what does this say? And she said, the message from Water 3. And I was like, look at it again. And she said, what do you mean? It says the message from Water 3. And I said, okay, I want you to take a deep breath. Okay. Now, I want you to look back right where my finger is, and I want you to tell me what this says. And she said, and still, it took a long time for her to actually say, love thyself. Everything that I'm talking about is about loving yourself.
Yes.
Nutrition, herbs, body work, treatment, you're doing it because you love yourself. The best gift you can give anybody is a healthy you.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So thanks once again to Phyllis Hubbard of Radiant Health Strategies. I learned so much in that interview. Phyllis is so much fun, as you could see by the interview, and she has such a beautiful office and a beautiful garden where she grows a lot of her own herbs and vegetables that we weren't able to show in this show.
And uses all of that in her practice. So, boy, it really is about synergy, isn't it?
Absolutely. So thanks so much for joining us for this evening. We appreciate all of you viewers, and have a wonderful and safe weekend.
Have a great weekend. Enjoy.